Emma, published in 1815, is Jane Austen's fourth novel, and her last to be released during her lifetime. Set in the fictional village of Highbury, England, the story centers on Emma Woodhouse, a wealthy, intelligent, and somewhat spoiled young woman who fancies herself a skilled matchmaker. Despite her confidence, her meddling in the romantic affairs of others leads to a series of misunderstandings and complications. Main characters: Emma Woodhouse, the protagonist, a 21-year-old woman who enjoys matchmaking and has no intention of marrying herself. Mr. George Knightley, a close family friend of the Woodhouses, 16 years Emma's senior, who often critiques Emma's behavior with the intent of guiding her. Harriet Smith, a sweet but naive young woman of uncertain parentage, whom Emma befriends and attempts to match with an eligible partner. Frank Churchill, the charming and handsome son of Mr. Weston, who was adopted by his wealthy aunt and uncle. Jane Fairfax, an accomplished and reserved young woman, orphaned and raised by her aunt, Miss Bates, and the Campbells. Mr. Philip Elton, the ambitious local vicar whom Emma initially tries to match with Harriet. Augusta Elton, née Hawkins, Mr. Elton's pretentious and socially climbing wife. Miss Bates, a talkative, kind-hearted spinster and aunt to Jane Fairfax. Plot summary. The novel opens with Emma Woodhouse celebrating the marriage of her former governess, Miss Taylor, to Mr. Weston, a match Emma prides herself on having orchestrated. Buoyed by this perceived success, Emma sets her sights on finding a suitable match for her new friend, Harriet Smith. Despite the warnings of Mr. Knightley, who cautions her against meddling in others' lives, Emma persuades Harriet to decline a marriage proposal from Robert Martin, a respectable young farmer, believing Harriet can aspire to a more advantageous match. Emma turns her attention to Mr. Elton, the local vicar, as a potential suitor for Harriet. However, Mr. Elton misinterprets Emma's attentions as affection for himself and proposes to her instead. Emma rejects him, and Mr. Elton, affronted, soon leaves for Bath. He returns with a new wife, Augusta Elton, whose pretentiousness and social climbing quickly become apparent. Meanwhile, Frank Churchill, Mr. Weston's son, arrives in Highbury. His charm and flirtatious behavior captivate Emma, leading her to believe she might be falling in love with him. However, Frank's attentions are revealed to be a diversion, concealing his secret engagement to Jane Fairfax. This revelation surprises Emma, who had been oblivious to their relationship. Throughout these events, Emma's friendship with Harriet becomes strained, especially after Harriet confides that she has developed feelings for Mr. Knightley. This confession forces Emma to confront her own feelings, realizing that she loves Mr. Knightley herself. Mr. Knightley, who has long harbored affection for Emma, proposes to her, and she joyfully accepts. The novel concludes with multiple marriages. Harriet reconciles with and marries Robert Martin. Frank Churchill and Jane Fairfax are united after the death of his aunt, and Emma marries Mr. Knightley, having learned valuable lessons about humility, self-awareness, and the complexities of human relationships. Themes: social class and marriage. Austen explores the social hierarchies of early 19th century England, emphasizing how class influences marriage prospects and personal relationships. Self-deception and personal growth. Emma's journey from self-deception to self-awareness highlights the importance of personal growth and the recognition of one's flaws. The dangers of meddling. The novel illustrates the potential harm in interfering with others' lives, even with good intentions. Conclusion. Emma is a richly woven narrative that delves into the intricacies of social structures, personal relationships, and the journey toward self-understanding. Through Emma Woodhouse's misadventures and ultimate maturation, Austen crafts a timeless tale of personal growth and the complexities of human interaction.